Hello everyone! Today, we will discuss about our topic in group assignment, which is the impact of inflation and economic growth on developed and developing countries. This study focuses on a few variables, which is inflation, economic growth, monetary policy, fiscal policy, money supply, and threshold. Inflation is the key of statistics. High rates of inflation usually discourage investment and lead to lower rates of growth in the economy, and therefore less demand for goods is obtained. It has become a global phenomenon over the last 3 decades. However, since the First World War, this phenomenon actually assumed a disturbing dimension. Its impact can no longer be ignored by both the developed and developing nations. Economists made their further study worldwide since 1917, which known as the episode of high worldwide inflation. The highest rate reached during 1980s and 1990s, reached about 60% and 15% in the world record. The problem statement from our study are: what are the factors that affect inflation rate in developed and developing countries? Do the factors such as monetary policy, fiscal policy, threshold, growth of money supply, and inflation give positive effect towards economic growth in developing and developed countries? It is found that the factors like monetary policy, fiscal policy, threshold, growth of money supply affect inflation rates. Fiscal policy is also one of the factors that affect the economic growth. This is because the efficient management of fiscal policy, such as government expenditure, is the determinant to achieve stability of macroeconomics. This policy will cause inflation rates become low once the stability of a country is achieved. In addition, when the inflation rate increases higher than the threshold level, the negative effect can be seen on the growth of economy, while when the inflation rate decreases lower than the threshold level, positive effect is applied. Besides, we can relate the problem statement with the country like Turkey as an example. Turkey is classified as developed country by CIA World Factbook. The rate of inflation in 2016 is increased from 6.5% to 7.5%. These rises in inflation occurred due to increase in price of food. Furthermore, the bank in Turkey was not able to achieve its 5% target inflation rate for 5th time until now. Thus, Turkey may face worse economic situation if they do not start to slow down the inflation rate. According to study by Bozkurt in Turkey, the increase in money supply and growth in money will cause the inflation in long run. Next,
Created using Powtoon.